Here's a look at your daily market report on this Thursday, the 19th day of December. As we approach the holidays, things are really starting to slow down at the auction barns around the state. At Farmington Regional Stockyards on Wednesday, 889 head. Feeder steers and heifers there were stayed of $4 higher, except for some 6 to 7 weight steers that sold $6 lower. Springfield Livestock Marketing Center, 789 head. Steers there, under 550 pounds, sold with weaker undertones. Over 550 pounds stayed to 5 higher. Heifers were mixed from 7 lower to 5 higher. At South Central Regional Stockyards in Cuba, they had 563 head. A limited test of the feeders was steady. The highlight of that auction included a couple of large dispersals of replacement steers or replacement cows and bred heifers. Those bred cows, 2 to 8 years old, second and third stage, $2,600 to $3,400 per head. Some short solid mouth cows at $1,975 to $2,950, and some bred heifers in the second and third stage, $2,850 to $3,275. At Windsor Livestock Auction, they had 3,215 head. Steers and heifers there sold stayed of $5 higher, with the exception of some 6.5 to 750 pound steers that sold as much as $10 higher. The feeder steers, made up in large ones, 5 to 600 pounds at $312 to $362, 6-7 weights at $268 to $318, 7 to 8 weights at $252 to $279.50, some 8.5 to 9 weight steers at $246 to $247.50. Feeder heifers, 500 to 600 pounds, $266 to $304. 6 to 7 weights at $260 to $285, some 7 to 8 weight heifers at $244.5 to $264.75. Taking a look at what's going on at the auction barns around the state today, Lawley Brothers Livestock Market holding a special bred cow sale this evening at 5 p.m. They're expecting to have about 300 head or slightly over. New Cambria Livestock Market, they're expecting to have about 1,000 head today. No early listing from Mocan in Butler. However, I expect that'll be a fairly light feeder offering today because they're having a huge cow sale Saturday that's going to start at 1 o'clock, expecting over 600 head there with some very high quality consignments or replacement cows there. No early listings from Mid-Missouri Stockyards in Phillipsburg today yet either. Taking a look at the box beef cutout values, they jumped quite a bit this morning. Choice up $6.80 at $321.64. Select up $1.84 at $283.71. Those values based on 55 loads of cuts, trimmings, and grinds, and the Choice Select spread setting at $37.93. Negotiated feedlot trade for the week up to just over 25,000 head of confirmed negotiated sales now. Everything's been at a standstill all week in Texas. Nothing there so far. Kansas has had about 1,600 head, mostly at 191 live, a few 305 dressed. In Iowa, about 9,000 head so far for the week, from 193 to 197 live. Most of the sales have been at 195 to 195.50. Dress sales from 303 to 306, mostly at 305. Nebraska's report about 7,800 head so far for the week, 194 to 195.50 live. Most of those sales 195 to 195.5. Dress sales have been from 304 to 307, with most of the sales so far at 305. Taking a look at the futures markets, live cattle for December, 77 lower, 190.52. February, 186.97, down 135. January feeders down 202 at 254.97. March at 255, down 237. Lean hogs for February, 84.02, up 32. April, 22 higher, 89.12. On the board of trade, corn, March up a penny and a half, 438 3/4. May up a quarter at 444. The rest of the contracts slightly lower at midday. Soybeans for January, 7.5 higher, 959 1/4. March at 962 1/2, up 9 1/4. Wheat contracts, March 10.5 lower, 530 3/4. May down 10.5 at 541 1/4. With the Missouri Department of Agriculture, that's your daily market report for Thursday. This is Tony Hancock.